widow and orphan. Okay, so, but James chapter 2, verse 16, and it comes back to what can a church do, but what should we be doing as the body of Christ, every one of us. And it says, suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm, and be well fed, but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? And it goes back to say then, faith without deeds is dead. And y'all, we've got that responsibility as the body of Christ. We can see it over and over and over. Jesus talked about it. It's the sheep and the goats. And Lord, when did we see you hungry and not feed you? When did we see you naked and not clothe you? When did we see you in prison and not go and visit you? It is the heart of our gospel to be able to reach out and to be able to help feed, to be able to help clothe, to be able to go and visit. And it's a tremendous need within our school system. We've seen it through Florida Baptist Children's Homes, and now adding one more child to be able to impact over 249,000 children and families this year. In addition to that, we've reached out and provided over 7.4 million meals. Some of these are through our single moms programs and helping single moms with kids. Some through different ministries that we cooperate with. Some through helping struggling families in our struggling inner city communities. But a lot of those, in fact, over 900,000 of those meals were provided through our backpack feeding programs through Title I schools. We partner with over 40 Title I schools today, and we're providing backpacks every weekend so that little kids don't have to come back on Mondays with their bellies empty. Not only for that child, but also for their family. So I give you an idea. In Tampa, a third grade little girl named Asia. Asia's not a real name, but this is a real little girl. We partnered with Idlewild Baptist Church and Hope Street, One More Child have come together, and we're providing these backpack meals, and a teacher calls us and said, what we found out was Asia, third grade little girl, model student, just the brightness of the class and doing so well. The teacher began to see behavior problems in Asia and began to notice that she was irritable, and then they began to see that the classroom snacks were being missing. And they found out that Asia was taking them, that Asia was stealing them, because Asia was going hungry over the weekend. That teacher called One More Child at Hope Street, said, we need help. We were there with backpacks. Now, Asia's family is getting a backpack full of food every weekend. So now what can we do together to be able to do that? Right now we're working in Miami, Lakeland, Tampa, Jacksonville, handful of schools in Tallahassee. We need churches to say, hey, let's partner together. We want your church to be able to come and pack those meals, to be able to deliver them to the school, and then to be able to say to that school, we're your partner. We love you guys. We're going to pray for your teachers. We're going to put together bags for teachers on special occasions. We're going to be there to help provide mentors. The extent of the partnership is just the limit for your church, but what we get to be is the aroma of Christ in our communities and in our schools. So that's one way. The second way is, if you're not in an area with a school that we're already serving, we can help you be able to launch that backpack program wherever you are. Let's take your school, let's adopt it. We can help you with what the needs list are, and maybe even some of that food as we get food donated. But we want to work with you to be able to do that. The third piece is we can be a part of a meal packing program together. We've launched a meal packing program, and what we're able to do is then whatever volunteer group is, bring in the tables, bring in the food, bring in the equipment, and your teams can pack and seal bags of food for those that are in need. We use them in our backpack feeding programs. We use them across the state. We even use them to ship globally. There's 4 different meals that we can pack and do that. So how many of you remember Dr. Pepper Hour? Anybody? Am I dating myself? What's Dr. Pepper Hour? 10, 2, and 4, right? So you can pack 10,000 meals in 2 hours with about 40 volunteers. And those meals cost 25 cents a piece. And then we can bring that meal packing party to you. We staff it. We make it fun. We make it where, your volunteers and your church members are able to say, we're going to be a direct impact, and we are going to be the hands and the feet of Jesus to help feed our community and those across the state of Florida.
So to take it now, I hear this, and that's awesome. What do I do next? Is there a point of contact that we need to call, that we need to make a number, a person, kind of as the individual that any church anywhere in Florida that has a desire to do this could call, and then that process can begin, helping them understand how to do this.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, if you want to, you can call me, you can call our office and our headquarters in Lakeland. You can email children@onemorechild.org. I'm going to repeat it again. children@onemorechild.org, and say, I'm interested in a meal packing. I'm interested in the backpack feeding program. And we'll have somebody contact you. We'd love to come beside you to help feed kids.
And of course, Dr. Haig will be here, and Christy are here for this meeting. And so, if you just want to come up and talk to him more about it, I know he would love to talk to you about this. They got a card. You got two. Okay, so you get up here. You got two. At the same time, let's not. There you go. Let's not forget that we're moving up on the time for the Mother's Day offering for Children's Home, and I know that your church will give, and just make that a matter of prayer. And then however you do your missions giving, certainly include that, make it a part. I think yesterday you shared that it was about $1 million a year that comes to the Florida Baptist Children's Home through the Mother's Day offering. And so it's a significant offering, and Florida Baptists are generous, and so we just encourage you to remember that, promote it, and give as God leads you. So we all, there really isn't a church in Florida that couldn't do this. This is the most simple thing we can do, but what a difference it makes in the lives of children. So you pray about this, and you go back to your sphere of influence and be a leader in this, and let's just really embrace this and do everything we can do to come right beside our children, our schools here within the state of Florida. Thank you, Dr. Appreciate you, sir.